This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers Game Reviews. Let me move over the laptop so those jerseys that I've rearranged are centered up for you this evening. Following a 5-2 loss to the defending Stanley Cup St. Louis Blues for our Oilers, a 34 shot on goal effort for the Oilers, a third period comeback that falls short and then some. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's as clear as this. I'm going to try and not waste too much time here getting right to my points for tonight's game. I want to take a look at the game log because obviously there's some interesting notes in there that I think we're all going to be very keen on looking at right away this evening after this game's now wrapped up. And, of course, my number one point, I think you heard it in the live stream 3 or 4 times, is for the Edmonton Oilers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is as simple as this. The key to winning against the Oilers in 2019-2020 so far this year, you look at what Pittsburgh, I know that's an overtime win, but technically they took it to extra time and got a point out of it. Obviously, Chicago, Florida, there's been other instances that I can't remember. You've got St. Louis tonight. The key to shutting down the Oilers, and it's not, okay, if I say the key to shutting down Oilers hockey is, the number one response I'm going to get is shut down McDavid and Draisaitl. That is vague. That is stupidly vague, right? Shut down McDavid and Draisaitl. How? They're the league's best duo by means of, I don't know, obviously right now Boston's got the better look, but you know what I mean. They're one of the league's best duos. Let's leave it at that. Well, how do you shut them down? How do you shut down an entire hockey team? And for the Edmonton Oilers this season, in the 2019-2020 year, the key to shutting down the Oilers has been sticks. Hard, good, clean stick work by the opposing team. And yeah, okay, you can argue, you know what? Maybe an extra 2 or 3 plays a game should result in a power play for the Oilers. Obviously, you saw it there in that third period when we were on the power play late that maybe, well, Kevin Quinn definitely thought it was a second power play chance, and which would be a 5-on-3 for the Oilers late in the game when it was only 3-2. That was right, there's questions there, and those are the questionable ones. But what I'm talking about is that's stuff on McDavid that has never been called and will probably never be called. But when I'm talking good, hard stick checking, it's as simple as, guys, we can't get through the neutral zone. Heck, we can't even get past the center line without somebody in a guy's kitchen with their stick forcing them to move the puck. And this Edmonton Oilers team, one thing they have proved to not be very good at so far this year is when they're forced to move the puck, they can't make the play. And that's not just the bottom 6, the defense, the goalies. That's McDavid and Draisaitl as well. When our guys have been forced to make a play with the puck because somebody's on them, somebody's there, more often than not this year, we've come up short and turned the puck over. Now imagine this. You get a team like St. Louis, a team like Arizona, any of these teams that are really good at stick checking you to death. And all you can do when you get pressured is turn the puck over. How do you expect to win? Ladies and gentlemen, realistically, that Pittsburgh game, that's a sketchy game to win, right? You saw it. I'm justified. Well, you think about the Chicago game, guys. Come out flat, turn the puck over because of stick checks. You ain't going to win. It's hard to get momentum if you can't make the open play. And for this Oilers team, the open play is not the pass. The open play is the shot, because that's part of why everybody has been so dang effective stick checking us this year, is because we're looking for the pass. And when we do the carry or the shot, we're making it very obvious. The thing is, when we should be faking a pass, we make the pass anyway. That's straight up. Tonight, I do not think I saw a single Oilers player fake a pass and take the shot. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe I didn't watch all 34 shots this evening and whatever 60 shot attempts it might have been. But you get the math I'm trying to prove to you here is the simple fact that when the Oilers have a chance that, hey, look, I'm McDavid, drives wide open, hold on. They're thinking that, ooh, shoot the puck, goal, right? Obviously. There's a couple, and we have guys capable of that. We 100% have guys capable of that, of doing that for us. So guys, that's my rant to open up this game. It's just a simple fact of literally the way to shut down the Oilers is to get stick checked to death, and that's all there is to it. So let me get this summary up for you. The game started off hot, guys. The game started off hot against Arizona too. Connor McDavid, again, shocker, no surprise. His 8th goal of the season on the power play from Leon Draisaitl, and Mike Smith picks up an assist. Like I said, Mike Smith could very well have 8-9 assists with the way this team flies up the ice when Draisaitl and McDavid do not get stick checked. He could very well do it this season. Well, ladies and gentlemen, seconds later, like just literally every time, it feels like second later. I know it's actually technically 3.5 minutes later, but Jaden Schwartz on a dumb, sure, you can say the penalty call on the Blues was weak. Again, that's why Thomas Shirko got called in 200 feet away from his net. Regardless, though, that's a 200 foot away from your net penalty leading to a power play. What do you expect to happen? If you take a penalty at the opposing team's goal line, what in the world do you expect to happen? Do you expect, oh, you know what? Realistically, we're going to get this kill because it's not a dumb penalty. Guys, it's karma. And guess what? Karma bites you in the rear more times than not. And that's why that Pietrangelo shot, sneaky good shot, gets Jaden Schwartz in front and goes in the net, and it's a 1-1 game. And then the stick checking to death comes into play for the rest of the night. And ladies and gentlemen, good night. In that second period, Pietrangelo gets a power play goal again. Sneaky shot, gets the job done, right? You don't have to wind it up back to the backside of your head and come down on the puck as hard as humanly possible. We've seen that. Matt Benning last game got Gaetan his first career goal because he was just willing to shoot the puck on net. You don't have to. If you're at the blue line, guys, the stupidest part of a lot of defensemen looking to make a play nowadays, not necessarily just the Oilers defensemen, is they're looking to get the puck on net as hard as possible. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? You can shoot a puck through a goalie, technically speaking, but a hard shot is just as good as a well-placed shot. And you can interchange them. You don't need to just smack the thing Mach 1 and spin into the boards because you hit it so hard. And that's what we've been victim to. And that's what Alex Pietrangelo did a good job avoiding and getting that sneaky good shot past Mike Smith. Then, well, about 8 minutes later, Robert Thomas out there on his 3rd goal of the season. Guys, I was talking about it in the stream. I'm sorry, I always reference the streams because I do want to make it feel like there's a point to showing up to the streams, especially when I cut out in the second period or first intermission or wherever it is. But the point to tonight's stream is that I was talking about the Oilers not letting guys walk through the slot. Well, a guy carved through the top left corner of the slot, did the play back to Thomas, and that's going to be a goal more often than not. That is, in hockey, the Robert Thomas shot is about as high percentage of a shot as you can possibly get. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever played NHL 20, you tell me how high percentage of a shot that is. That's going in 75% of the time if you know how to work a joystick, let me tell you. So, Robert Thomas, high percentage shot, high percentage look, high percentage goal, bang on, that's your 3rd goal against. Now, you'd think, okay, going into that second intermission, good. We got the intermission. The Oilers should come out hot. We're down 2. We're fine. We're dandy. It's 3-1. We've done this before this year, and realistically, we have no reason we can't do it again against the St. Louis Blues, except for if you play victim to the stick checking. However, the Oilers came out, made a change on that top line, got Zach Kassian back up there. And guys, this is what you like to see. The one thing we miss when we get a different guy on the top line other than Zach Kassian is there seems to be like a lot of guys are just, oh man, yeah, here I am, here's my chance. Whereas Zach Kassian is very much so absolutely focused that it is his absolute pleasure to be up there. It's his chance to be the biggest difference maker on the team, right? If somebody else on the ice up front on that forward line, other than McDavid or Draisaitl, is going to get it done. It's him. And for Zach Kassian, someone who's been through as much as he has over the course of his NHL career, guys, this is fantastic, right? Obviously, played with Holland Jr., so it's the same thing as there. He gets to be a difference maker in a big-time scenario, and he's been written off how many times. He loves the chance to get back up there and say, oh, okay, I lost my spot, but I'm going to show you that was a mistake. And tonight in that third period, guys, Zach Kassian did it. If I had an award on my channel for hardest working Oiler over 60 minutes, the 17 minutes of game time that I saw Zach Kassian on the ice in that third period, it goes to him without a doubt. Guy absolutely turned the tides for the Oilers in that third period. Guys, he had the most jump in his step out of, you know what, Connor McDavid had jump in his step in the first period, but wow, did Zach Kassian have some kind of fire under his hockey pants, and man, he was going out there getting the burners going. Not necessarily with the skates, but the momentum shifting. And you know what? Good for him. Draisaitl and McDavid get the assists on his goal. Unfortunately, that's as far as we could come. I've already talked about the power play. And, well, it resulted in 2 empty net goals against for the Edmonton Oilers. Both scored by Tyler Bozak and Ivan Barbashev. Guys, the simple math here. Oh my goodness, the Oilers allowed 5 goals. How terrible was Mike Smith? Well, he was bad, but not as bad as 5 goals says. He only allowed the 3 goals against because it's 2 against an empty net. 20 saves, 23 shots against, 870 save percentage for Mike Smith. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I told you about 2 Oilers goals, but literally, this game could have been wild for the Oilers if it wasn't against Jake Allen. And I knew from the moment somebody said it in the chat this evening, oh, it's Jake Allen, I feel good about this game, you might as well have written a loss in the column right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, is just, I mention it, Oilers karma all day, all night. You think it's going to be easy? Oh, you should think again, my friend, because nothing in Oilers land is ever easy. Jake Allen makes 32 out of 34 saves, or shots. He made 32 saves, and yeah, he dominated. That was a fantastic game by Jake Allen. Now, what you need to know in terms of ice time tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, Leon Draisaitl had 23 minutes and 26 seconds on the ice, so actually that's below or right around on par with where he's been all season. So that's good. He didn't have any elevated ice time compared to average ice time this season. And Connor McDavid played 21:42. So thank goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Connor McDavid gets a chance a little bit to rest tonight. I know I went way overboard tonight. I apologize. It's an earlier night, so I had a little bit more time to get it done. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. There's my rants, my feelings, everything post-game. Hats off to Jake Allen and the St. Louis Blues. You don't defend the Stanley Cup if you don't have performances like this. Stick checking was the key. I'm Tyson, Dolynny TV. Up on out of here.